What's the motherfucking deal? See what's going on here. Like all kind of shenanigans and tomfoolery. Hope everybody's well. Hope everybody's doing good. We're gonna get live here in just a second. We're gonna talk real didnt. Didnt is just like a synonym for niggerish. We're gonna talk real niggerish today. We're gonna talk about some real niggas. We're gonna get on some albino gangster shit today. I hope y'all ready for that. Let's find a hat. You find a hat. Let me get this conversation started. Alright. What's up, A-Rap, man? Fuck it. Y'all can't tell, right? Y'all don't know, but I smell amazing. Right? It's like it's weird, right? Because feels good to smell good, right? Like, that's important. It's an important part of the repertoire. Right? That's how you get them bits. You gotta smell. You gotta put some smell good on. Y'all know nothing about that. Yes. I'm a little pop out box motherfucker. Damn, that's good. We got any banaka? Alright. These fucking plug-ins suck. This shit don't kill them like I need. Give me just a minute. Let's see. Alright, we good. So first and foremost, what's the motherfucking deal? How's everybody? Hope you're all doing good. We're talking about some real niggerish shit today. Let's do this. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody is doing good. Give me just a second. Look, y'all gotta understand, I get real comfortable when I stream. I get real comfortable. Give me just a bit. Just don't mind me. So yeah. Anyway, so what's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to the Den. If you're not familiar with the Den is a conversation, right? It's the best conversation on the entire internet. And you say, well, what the fuck you think you are, asshole? You think you're just feeling yourself? You think you just got the best No, it's not. It's not me. I have nothing to do with that. It's the wonderful people, right, who come and join this conversation each and every evening. I have a big announcement to make too. I got a huge announcement to make here in a second. That join the conversation each and every evening. And I just hope y'all doing well, right? I do appreciate y'all. Y'all are very important to me. And so I am truly concerned about your well-being, right? But this is the den. It's a very toxic place in here, right? And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you have to have those conversations to get to the reality, right? You got to have those toxic talks, if you will. So again, my name is Ed Hunter. If you don't know, if you do know, good to see you again. Let's talk about it. So we're going to talk about two people I'm not very fond of. One I might have used to been fond of. The other I've never been fond of. Right. And that is T.I. and his little albino child, King. Right. And I know you're like, huh, Joanne, you gonna make fun of the albinos? Yes, absolutely. I am. Would you expect anything less from me? Right? If I didn't, you might be disappointed, correct? So yes, I will be cracking all sorts of light-skinned albino jokes throughout the stream. If you don't like it, you got a fair heads up, deal with that. But we're gonna talk about it. So what happened yesterday is that King and T.I. kind of had a little conversation, scuffle, wouldn't call it an altercation. But it's not even about King or T.I., right? It's really not. I keep telling you that the reason we talk about celebrities, the reason I even bring up celebrities is to use it as an example for real life, right? To things that are taking place in the day-to-day, but sometimes certain demographics of people only can relate to celebrities, like only they go through things, even though they probably go through the least realistic existence. But anyway, they got into this game and they were talking about, I'm gonna show y'all the video. I'm gonna show y'all the whole video. I'm not even gonna kill. I got the video, so I'm like, I don't understand what's going on, Hunter. You gotta clue me in because I just don't know what's going on. I got the whole video. I got the video. I didn't get the King after part. We don't really care what he's saying, but I just we're gonna speak on kind of what's going on. I'm gonna tell y'all some stuff. We're gonna open up the lines. And I know y'all been putting Hunter, you need to put a limit on the line. Put the limit. We're gonna have 10-minute calls today, right? 10-minute calls. You can hang up. If nobody call back however we can do it, so that way can't nobody say, Huncho, you're hating, you're doing this, you're showing favoritism to the fellas. Have I ever shown favoritism? Never in my life. Anyway, let's see what we got joining us tonight. We're gonna get this shit right. I see the lovely Miss Sarah Lou. How are you doing this evening, ma'am? Lovely Miss Sarah joining us. It's all an illusion. Salute to you, my friend. What's the motherfucking deal? Hope, how's the leg, my brother? I have not tapped in, have not inquired. I hope that thought King was true. They could be. Now that you say, oh, that's crazy. The lovely Miss Cartier White. How are you doing this evening, Miss Cartier? You got the all white buffs? If you ain't got the all white buffs, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what to tell you. Let me see. Oh man, that's the craziest shit. Dre, international player Dre. Dre probably jamming that Andre 3000 Flute album, chopped and screwed right now. Shout out to Dre. J Mel, what's the motherfucking deal? Good to see you. Ty Baker, what's the motherfucking deal? Good to see you. Let me see. Patricia. Do you use Lumi? I have Lumi. Lumi, look, let me tell you, Lumi don't work for real nigga holders, right? You know what I'm saying? You just got to change your fucking diet. Now, Lumi is cool. It's cool. It's like, I use the unscented, because you guys like the regular deodorant, and you got like the body kind. But I didn't buy the Lumi, right? It was gifted to me. Because I am cheap, and I go fucking scrub on my arm with some peppermint leaves or something before I would be willing to pay them. So I said she was like $15 for some fucking deodorant. That is crazy. Banaka, and I got some knockoff. I can't even know where to find Banaka. I found some shit, some little mouth spray shit. So I just felt like Ace Ventura. Say, baby, let me talk to you for a second. Delta Echo Golf Roger Charlie India. I don't even know what that means. Good to see you, Mr. Delta Echo Golf. What's the motherfucking deal? East Side in the motherfucking building. East Side here. Matter of fact, my nigga East Side in the building. Let me, you know what? Look. The official tequila of the Astros. I'm gonna have me a little sip tonight, right? Because I said tonight, cleaned up my act. I finished all of the Thanksgiving leftovers. Like my Thanksgiving was like more Saturday, Sunday. Right. So don't ask questions about the late food and stuff. Technicalities, right? Ray Joe's witness. I'm still sticking to the script. I think I'm putting a little bit too much alcohol in there. So, I didn't even realize I bought a Sprite Cherry, but we're going to be drinking that this evening. Oh, you can still see it in the camera. Yeah, my sponsor, so I ain't tell y'all what I'm drinking. All right. With the points, when I finally get everything set up, the points will allow you to interact with the stream and do various things. I'm setting some stuff up. I've been working on some sauce stuff lately, and it's just and then with the den not anyway, we'll talk about that in a minute. We'll talk about that in a minute. But the points eventually will get set up to do some different things. Let me see. Hey, Mom from the dollar store. Good enough. Man, Freak Food Master, what's the motherfucking deal? Good to see you. Professor Trio, what's the motherfucking deal? So it's a whole bunch of shit, right? It's a whole bunch of shit to talk about, right? Let's we're gonna dive into the thing, but I just wanted to address like maybe two other things real quick. One I forgot already, so maybe one other thing. Right, but it's their fault. It's their fault that they're dealing with the disrespectful young people, right? And we talked about this the other day because you know me, I'm like the main motherfucker to say, man, fuck them stupid ass kids, right? Like, especially because I didn't contribute to the problem, right? So I finally found my nose trimmers, right? And now I think I might have missed a spot. Like I was trying to hurry up and shave because there were hairs. I don't know. The lighting's a little bit better now. I might not have been able to see them. There were hairs. The hairs were getting spun. I had to tuck shit in my nose and shit before the stream. Yeah, and so let's talk about it real quick. Speaking of disrespectful parents, are we gonna address, when do we start addressing, when does a woman become a deadbeat parent, right? Because we've talked about this. I don't know how you're bashing. You haven't gotten in the show. Good 5 minutes and you're bashing. I'll just be at 15 minutes. But remember the bitch always talk about Sukihana, right? And this is like the most, one of the popular boppers right now, right? Suki and the pregnant bitch talking about fuck my baby dad. Like, y'all wonder, right? Like, this is what y'all gonna see. Y'all gonna say, oh, you hating. It's not hating. Because y'all expect us to entertain the company of these women like we're supposed to respect these women, right? And so when somebody addresses that the behavior is bad, we're haters. Not that they have terrible behavior. But anyway, some dude claiming to be Sukihana, the baby daddy. I personally would never admit in public, right? I would never admit in public that Sukihana was my baby mama, right? Like, I don't have a baby mama. Don't ever want to have one, right? Bitches I haven't dated, I'll never admit I dated. Just because once it's over, right? But, so basically, I was wondering, because I saw this in the comment section. Sukihana's baby daddy basically said that this bitch abandoned the kids for 3 years, didn't do shit for them, didn't do nothing, right? And women in the comments talking about how does she abandon them if she left them with you? And that's a concept that I can agree with, right? How are they abandoned if they were left with a parent, right? But when you turn that around, isn't that the standard that they use for deadbeat dads? Right? What about that? You ever tell a kid they spit all night cooking? You ain't lying. You ain't lying. You ain't lying. Look, if I ain't see it in the kitchen, I don't want to hear about you bitching, right? If I can't go in there and tamper with the pot, I think you bought this shit out the spot, right? I'm trying to make this shit up as I go. And so, like, my thing was like, well, how do you address that, right? Like, does that not make her a deadbeat mother? Like, if you're not tapping in with your kids, right? That's what we're talking about, tap in. You don't check in with your kids. You don't, and it's much different when it's a mom, right? Because they're supposed to be the nurturer, they're supposed to be the first teacher, they're supposed to be the carer, right? And so again, I just thought it was funny that there's always a double standard when you reverse the roles. Bitch, someone how she abandoned, she left it with you. That's not abandonment, And I'm gonna tell y'all something because I tell you I don't say shit because I saw some people on there. I socialize like I socialize, but I don't socialize, which is it's weird, right? But I talk to people, right? I have conversations. I kick it from time to time when I feel like it. Like I got my tolerance is temporary. Anyway. But I talk to people, I have a discussion with people, I have friends, and I just, hey, how's it going? What's going on in your life? What you doing? Blah, 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 whatever. And then they get to talking, and it's never good shit about the kids. Kids are all terrible, right? They all just have these terrible kids. But anyway, I told y'all a couple of weeks ago about a friend of mine, got kids, had a situation, and saw that the kid had their name, how many people in here? All right, with a 0 and a 1, we'll do a quick poll. 0 for no, 1 for yes. How many of y'all were bold enough to call your parents by their first name? I don't care which one, mom, dad. I mean, under the age of 18, you called your parents by their first name. Hey, T. Jason, what's the motherfucking deal? But it's because the parents aren't doing anything with their life, Cardi. And again, like I said, I'm the same when I was blaming, just a couple of weeks, I'm like, these motherfuckers ain't shit. But it's the parents' fault, right? And I'm gonna tell you why, because these parents spoil the children. They try to give them everything they did, which is the dumbest shit. You have to struggle, and you need to struggle as a child to have willpower as an adult. Right. And so what has happened, there's a science, this is scientific, that there is a limitation on willpower. Willpower can be built up. It can be strengthened like a muscle, but it takes habit and consistency to do that. When your kid comes in and says, they're crying, oh, the other kids are eating Takis. It's going, you go buy them a fucking Monster and a fucking big bag of Takis, and then they go full Simple Joe. Right? What was it? Simple Joe, Simple John, whatever that fucking was. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Tropical Thunder. Because the parents, and again, it's like a conflict. It's not a conflicting thing. It's just that parents are stupid. Because the fact that men got out the homes, the discipline got out the homes, and you got a lot of people who, because of the outside world oppressing certain groups, we don't want to tell them nothing bad. We don't want to say anything bad to them. And so there's no discipline. You let them do whatever. You let them do it too soon. These kids are doing all the adult shit at 10, 11, 12, right? And when I say all the adult shit, they're doing all the adult shit at 10, 11, 12. Like at a certain point, what do you have to strive for? Especially if you're coming from a household that does not emphasize education. And this is what I'm going to get on about the T.I.s shit. And I'm going to get on about a lot of rappers and a lot of motherfuckers like that, because I was just thinking about how useless these people are to our society. And you don't set obstacles. You don't set challenges. You don't make them earn anything. You just give it to them, right? So they can never build that willpower. They can never build that strength. And you're giving them everything they want just for them asking. They expect that's how life should go, right? Like, can you fault them? If I just said, hey, mom, I want Xbox 20, right? And the bitch costs $500. I don't know shit about money. I'm fucking 5, 6 years old and you give it to them. You give them all the fucking game. Parents don't even check the adult ratings on the game. They're too stupid. Like half these parents grew up with the fucking ratings on the games, right? But a lot of these motherfuckers are too stupid. And again, we know who played and didn't play, and the ones who are really dumb know like this is, I don't know, my kid wants to give it to them. The ones who actually play games, like, that kid probably shouldn't be playing this. I'm trying my best not to be too particular this evening. But it's all the little shit, and it's mainly women. And I'm saying this not to even be bashing, because a mother does not want to see her children upset, right? If her children come home crying, the kid could be the motherfucker that got chastised at school for being bad. She's ready to go up to the school and complain, right? She's ready to go full Karen. All the other kids have this and I don't. She's willing to bust it. She gonna sleep with Luther, whatever his name was. I can't remember. Nate. She gonna call up Nate so, the nigga can get what he need to get. You feel me? Like, kid don't know all this shit going on, but there's a lot of these moms that'll do some suspect shit, risking their dignity and pride to go get these shit for these kids. The kids don't know that. Instead of doing that, you should stand on your business and let them kids suffer, right? Let them earn. Let them understand what it takes to earn something. But we don't do that anymore, right? We just give them what they want. We put them on social media. We put them in front of the eyes of everybody. We make them act and entertain and do all this stupid shit. And then you see the parents are desperate for the attention. The kids follow behind. And if your parents are doing the same shit that you're doing and they're 30, 40 fucking years old, and you're 10, 11, 12, they're basically doing the same shit. You don't respect them. You look at them as a peer, right? Like, why would you? They're doing the same thing I'm doing, but you don't understand the work. You don't understand that part. But as far as the kid knows, that you're doing the same thing, right? They don't realize where money comes from. You don't see money anymore, right? They just see it on the card. They don't understand work. They don't understand money. They don't understand anything. But when you just give it to them and you constantly hand it to them, there's no obstacle. There's no recourse. There's no nothing. Go, hey, you need to make some good grades. No, I'm gonna put my kid in Balenciagas and fucking $1,000 tennis shoes at fucking 5 years old, right? And they don't fucking know the value of this shit. Then I'm gonna get mad because they fuck it up, right? Or I'm gonna be this lonely bitch. I'm gonna dress my kid up like my man and treat him like this. And then when he starts acting grown and acting old, I can't control him. I don't know what to do because bitch, you made him that way. It's all of this stuff is extremely simple, right? But the people just don't, you know what I'm saying? The people just don't want to hear it. Right, it's super simple. Like the people don't want to hear it's their fault. We want to blame it on the government. We want to blame it on slavery. We want to blame it on racism. We want to blame it on the education system. We can blame it on the area of the country. And when it comes down to it, it's you and your household. And if you don't set your household up for success, there's nothing externally that's going to do that, right? Because a lot of people want success, but they want credit for raising the kid, but then they expect they expect the TV to raise them, they expect the internet to raise them, they expect all this shit that you should be preventing your children from having access to. You should be the teacher, right? Like, I don't believe a child should have access to a phone until after 16, right? Like a kid, what does a kid who can't drive need a phone for? Like, and I know you said, well, I need to know where they are. All of us in here came up and survived without cell phones as children, right? What are you talking? It's working fine on mine. I ain't dropping no frames or nothing today. I'm good, baby. You know what I mean? Like you took that out of the schools, the discipline. And I can understand that to an extent because it can get sketchy because you can have the teachers who them swats might be a little harder for Bobby Johnson than for Bobby Williams. You know what I'm saying? Like to play a little favoritism or whatever else it may be, right? And I agree. They definitely were. They definitely were special ed students, right? And that's why they're so dumb now. That's why they raise stupid kids, right? Like all these bars and let's be honest, but most of this shit niggas call bars ain't bars, especially this new generation. Most of the shit that they call bars ain't bars. I promise I'm finna get to T.I. I promise I'm finna get to that whole debacle. After this last statement, I'm gonna talk about a lot of this shit niggas call bars ain't bars. A lot of this shit is simply word association and niggas be what was the like when I started realizing that's why I hated Drake. I'm a ball chemo. Like them stupid ass word association. Those aren't bars, bro. Those are just they're just words. But again, to a bunch of dumb, uneducated motherfuckers who don't embrace education, don't value education, the shit sounds intelligent. It's just some stupid ass idiot putting some abstract ideas together. And you fucking to bars, these guys bars. Yeah, the little juicy juice is spinning bars over there. No, the fuck he's not. Right? No, the fuck. Right, exactly. Every real nigga ain't cereal with water. You feel me? Again, yeah. And like I tell you, but that's what people don't realize. I'm talking about the athletes. They're retarded. And I'm not even saying that they're special needs. But I'm saying they're retarded because the environment in which they were raised, especially being an athlete, people are going to show you favoritism. People are going to retard you. If you're an entertainer, people are going to want to do stuff for you, want to be around you, want to be a part of you. They're going to retard your growth, right? And so that's what I say when I mean retard. So let me show y'all this video. We're going to share this video. We're going to talk about it. We're going to enjoy some. We go, that's the other one. The fucking other shit, bro. Man, that nigga Kodak out of there, bro. My boy. Wow. That's tough. But see, that's some dash shit. I told y'all my pops, that bitch ass nigga. When I used to have erasers on my fucking paper, that motherfucker made me do the whole thing over, right? Like, and I hated that shit at the time. But then when I saw how they translated to the other kids that were struggling in certain shit, and you know, that made it things that were easier for me. Like I didn't like him for it at the time, but I appreciate it in the long run, right? Like at the time, my mom was like, why are you making him do that? And you know, you want to side with my, why are you making him do that? But in the long run, there's results. And that's what men see. Men see long term, they see results. They see fucked up situations that you say, oh, it's fucked up, or you're shaming, or you're doing this. But they see the long term results, right? And that's just how it is. That's just how it rocks. But you know, it is what it is. Is cereal with water weird? It's survival. Okay. It's survival. Does who the oldest and the oldest T.I.s? I don't even know their kids, honestly. Like I'll tell you, I don't be hip to celebrities. I just use this shit as to point things out, right? That's the whole part of it. I don't know why that window's over there. It's not the window we need. And then if y'all was watching this morning, the fuck is this? That's not right. I don't know what that is. Something is. This must be something different with this fucking update. That's probably what that is. Oh, I know what I did. Okay. It got shit to do with the fucking update. I just clicked the wrong fucking shit. Me being goofy. But let me pull up this video, right? So I'm gonna pull up the T.I. video of the thing that took place, right? And I'm gonna be quiet. Oh, I said I had a big announcement too. I had a big announcement, right? I'm gonna stop smoking. Blunts. I'm gonna stop smoking blunts. They're terrible for you, right? And I've been knowing this, and for whatever reason, they're just so convenient. But going back to smoking papers, I'm going back to smoking papers and papers only. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, it's just as I've gotten back on my paper kick, you know, it's the fucking blunts that make you feel like shit. Even the hemp wraps, right? That's the shit that makes it like, that's what makes weed bad. Like, cause it's like weed with like zigzags is one thing, but weed with blunt, it's a different drug because there's still that tobacco left over and that little tobacco residue. It makes you sluggy and it makes you shitty, right? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm on, right? That's definitely what I'm on. I'm back on my papers. Cause yeah, I can't do it. I can't do it no more. All right. But let me pull this video up. Let's talk about it. I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna let y'all rock, and then we just gonna speak on it.
With a roach on your face.
Here. No, that's not the goal.
All right, then. So there it goes.
Or in your ear.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I had some in the neighborhood with me that broke up with roach.
I lied, bro. This nigga King looks like the missing link, bro. Like the missing link between like, and I'm not necessarily like an evolution person, right? You know, I kind of believe in the intelligent design a little bit. But King is the fucking missing link. Like, I don't be liking to use the niggas and monkeys, and because there's some old white women that look like monkeys too. Like, let's be honest. Like, it's a lot more old white women that look like Caesar than niggas. But this is a fucking Neanderthal, bro. Like, this is it, bro. This. What was it? What was the other one? It wasn't. What was that first skeleton they found? It wasn't Adam. They called it like Judy or some shit like that. The first oldest people. This is like Jared or whatever the fuck. This nigga's the missing link. But like, I don't like to. I try not to cap on people. But when you like annoying and ugly, you get all the smoke. And Illusion, you said something earlier. This nigga might not be the sharpest tool in the shed. Right? And I mean, that's not even a question. Like, let me not even say not. He's not the sharpest tool. His elevator might not go to the top floor is the best way to put that, right? Because, yeah, anyway, my bad. Couldn't help myself.
Y'all want to go to the bando in my neighborhood? Do y'all want to go to the bando? Do y'all want to go to the bando? To make him look better, he said it, he know not true. Silver spoon, I ain't never ate with that day a day in my life.
Hey,
You
gotta stop the shit, right? I can't help it. I want to help. I know y'all like Hunter. Stop and just let it. This nigga been on TV like his whole life. I didn't even watch the fucking shows. Like, this nigga daddy been rapping about this nigga since, not Paper Trail, trap music, right? Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Get the fuck out of here. You ain't been raised with the silver spoon. Like, nigga, this is, let me just let it go, because it's so much to talk about. Like, this is bigger than King and T.I.
Because I'm getting in the
You
fight.
cried like a baby to go to your grandmama's house.
Every day.
You to hold your breath
Every
and
day.
throw tantrums to go over there.
Neighborhood. I don't want to be in these gates. I want to be outside in the neighborhood. That's why I want to be over there. But they don't understand
No,
that.
I'm gonna tell you the reason why you want to be over there. Y'all ready?
What was the reason?
Now, I said some things just a second ago about King, right? Let's be honest. Why do y'all do this shit to yourselves? You know where King's albino this came from, right? And this is the thing, like, and I'm gonna get on everybody. It's not just King. Tiny gonna get the smoke, T.I. gonna get the smoke, because they're the real failures in this shit. But come on, bitch, you like 57 years old with these goddamn extra ass eyelashes on, looking like who did it and why. Just stop. Just take them off. When do moms be moms anymore? It's a mom.
He can suck and pacify over there. He was 12 years old. He was suck pacify. He was 12 years old. He couldn't do that in the house.
You cried like a baby. Hold his breath.
Yeah.
They trying to say I was over there trying to sucker past it, but they ain't gonna tell you everything. Like that, they trying to hide it.
Ain't nobody hiding
Sugarcoat it. He capping. He capping. Hey, he know I stand on business. He know that. Ain't no nigga ever pull my car ever in life. I stand on business. You drop me somewhere, I stand on business. You drop me in your hood, I stand on
I
business.
don't feel like you stand on business.
Yeah, I've been stood on business. I've been stood on business. You want to hide it for the world? I'm gonna put it out there for them to see. I want to put up nowhere. You ain't had me put up nowhere. Like you ain't had me behind the mansion. I was outside doing what I wanted to do.
You was behind that till you cried.
No, ain't got too much to drink. Done drunk too much. Drunk too much. Let's go. Get mad because we say the South ain't the suburbs. Then he want to talk about some other like this being sick. Just being sick. No, I'm being real. You lying. You lying. You over here flagging. You're capping. You capping. You capping. You capping. You capping. You capping. You capping. I know. I know you. You capping. I know you. I know you. I know you. I know you.
Ain't no mystery about his
I know you though. I know you though. I know you though. I know you. What's wrong with y'all? Why y'all doing that to me? Y'all know me. You know I stand on business. You know I stand on business. Why you even letting somebody play with me like that? Why you letting somebody play with me like that? Why you letting him play with me like that? Why you letting him play with me like that? No, ain't no joking. Ain't no joking. What do you mean?
You are embarrassing yourself. You're embarrassing yourself. You are embarrassing yourself. You are embarrassing yourself.
Man, what is you talking about? Get off me, nigga. Like, what the fuck? Man, get off me, nigga.
Well, you can't do nothing with me. Ain't shit you can do with me. King, have you ever woke up with a roach on your face? Period.
Why do we get your ass out the car? Yeah. Bro, like why, especially as black folks, bro, why do we love poverty? Why do we love poverty? So I'm gonna say a couple of things. I'm gonna go on my ramble, I'm gonna go on my rant. I'm gonna open up the line. I promise I'm gonna try not to talk too long. This is the thing that I hate about niggas, black folks, whatever the fuck. Like this is across the board. This is not other race niggas. This just the niggas. This is a nigga squared moment right here. Why? What is like? See, we got the dumbest fucking principles, right? It's not even principles. We got the dumbest fucking standards, right? Because standards can be very low. Principles are something that are valuable, that increase. I won't say the value But discipline. We'll call principles a level of discipline. I can't think of the exact word I want to use right now. But standards, right? So standards can be low. They don't mean anything. We got the stupidest fucking standards, bro. Everything has to be trash. We want to go to nice places and trash them out, right? You want to take nice, expensive clothes and wear them in the worst fucking way. Wear the raggedy clothes. Like, anyway, like everything you want to touch, we want to bastardize it, right? And it's bothersome. You know, people get mad about it. You just hate niggas. No, it's true. It's not culture. I used to think this, right? And this is what it takes growing up. When you just take a little time and you look back on shit and you say, what the fuck, man? This nigga's been rich his whole life, right? And he's in a dilemma. And I understand the dilemma he's in. He's in a dilemma called being black with money, right? Because all black folks feel like they got to prove something to some nigga in the hood, right? Whether you been there or you ain't been there. It's motherfuckers who ain't never, ever, ever went without a meal, right? And that's nothing wrong with that, right? And that's fine. Because you should always be setting a standard. Like, you should always want the next generation to improve. But you got motherfuckers like this who will, you're rich and you're daytime, you ever woke up with a roach on your face. You comparing this to, like, why even entertain that? Like, these rappers, you know, we niggas praise them so much. Niggas love them so much. These rappers, these entertainers. Why aren't these people's kids at the forefront of black excellence? And what I mean is, now you have the money, you have the resources, you have the ability to put these kids in all types of private education. You can, you know, I mean, they can do whatever. There's no limit. There's no, you know, I couldn't, you know, I had to sell dope to get on. Like, these motherfuckers have had it good. Why do the celebrities have the dumbest fucking children? Why do they have exactly, right? Right, exactly, JB. Morals, exactly. And so the thing about it is that you have these fucking kids who feel like they gotta prove something to niggas. And this is a big black problem. That's what she said. Anyway, so this is a black problem, right? Because niggas always gotta prove that they hood enough, or that they tough enough, or that they niggas will crash out. Like, black people will crash out for niggas, for black niggas, right? I'll talk about niggas and other races. Whites are not crashing out for white niggas. Bill Gates ain't going to the fucking trailer park, right? Hispanics are not crashing out for nigga Hispanics. A lot of Hispanics who do not like certain behaviors. A lot of Hispanics don't like Texas Mexicans, right? Because they say the word nigga, the way they behave, the way, you know, they don't promote that as a culture. With niggas, we got sold a whole different bill of goods, right? You fucking goofy ass Sylvester Turner. Give anybody, you rap, you never wrote a 16, you can get a day in Houston. You ain't got to be from Houston. You ever wrote a song? Has your song ever been on the radio? You can get a fucking day in Houston, right? Barack Obama, this nigga wasn't even a real black. Like, he's not even a real black by most black American standards, right? This nigga was raised by a white woman. What does he have in common with you? He was raised out of the country most of his life. What does he have in common? This nigga was not raised in the fucking hood, right? Right? Like, what does he have in common? But what does this nigga do? He got to prove that he got some blackness, and this nigga invite a fucking mixtape coalition to the fucking White House, right? And they don't even drop a fucking mixtape. That would have been that. You could have fucking capitalized on that. Fucking fried. He just took the photo of the mixtape, didn't record no fucking mixtape. Dumb nigga. But this King kid, right? Part of me can't stand him because he's just like, you know, it's just the epitome of a spoiled brat. But again, this is when it happens, when you don't have structure, you don't have or morals, you don't have principles, values, you know, like you said. And from a nigga who used to listen to a lot of T.I. Young, right? Like, this is what those type of niggas, this is the kind of kids most of those type of niggas raise. Most trap niggas gonna give you a child like this that's gonna strive to be a trap nigga like his daddy because that's what his mama fell in love with. And so he's gonna try to stand up. But this kid could never be whatever T.I. allegedly was, right? Whether it be a rapper, whether it be a drug dealer, whether it be an informant, whether it be any of these alleged things, he can't fill those shoes, right? Because no matter what, you're the silver spoon rich kid. And it's especially impactful when it's your own parents and like, bitch, you birthed me into this situation, right? And so instead of teaching and putting these kids in a situation from young, getting them the greatest educations that you possibly could have, keeping them away from the shit that you're on, educating them that this shit is not what's up. Like, if I was a rich entertainer and I had, my child would not be allowed to look at black people, not black Americans, right? Right. And again, and so I say all this and then we flip the script, you got a good point there. Then it's the same time, it's these kids are unappreciative. But why are they unappreciative? Because the parents decided it's okay to be friends with these fucking kids. Like, there's no separation anymore, right? And this is across the board. We're no longer talking about black niggas. We're talking about everybody now. We decided we wanted to be friends with the kids. we wanted to know how to work social media, so we needed to get it from the kids. So they had to do it. Tell me the new TikTok. What is this? The Macarena? Yeah, okay. Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, and just we decided that we had to get cool with it. I mean, y'all, and when I say y'all, I'm not talking about the den folk. We're smarter than that. I'm just saying society, right? And we thought that it was cool to be friends with the kids. Now, I'm not very keen like on kids. I've always believed that there's a separation, right? That a child needs to be in a child place. When you don't let a kid in a child place, they start acting like it, or they start doing shit they ain't got no fucking business. It's inevitable, right? And it's harder nowadays because like Sakari said earlier, it takes a village, right? Well, the village is fucked up because I might have my standards and protocol over here, but over here, this person in the hut next to mine, oh, well, that's just too impressive. You're a helicopter parent. And they let their kids do whatever, right? And these kids go to school together. So say my kid doesn't have a phone, right? Say my hut, no phones till you're 16, till you drive your own cart out of the fucking house, right? But then Brandon Anderson, what's the motherfucking deal? Exactly. Until you don't know. But then your kid has had the phone from whatever, right? Kids are gonna listen to kids. They're gonna relate to them. They're always gonna listen to more than their parents. They think these other little stupid weirdos know more than their fucking parents do. So the kids, they look what I found. Dummy, I found these little dumb 30-second videos, dumb stuff. I'm gonna share them with you. Okay, it's cool. And then you got two little idiots looking at these stupid little 30-second videos like we do, right? But hopefully some of us know when to quit. And then they're getting indoctrinated with all of this interesting outside information that their parents cannot provide, right? And their parents are looked at as stupid because their parents, well, you didn't know this and you didn't know that. I didn't know this shit because I had to fucking work all day to support your little raggedy fucking ass, right? And so the perspective is so skewed because we don't teach in the homes anymore, because we don't set those standards for respect in the homes anymore. We don't set those values in the home anymore, that these little motherfuckers think they know more than the motherfuckers who raised. They think they know more than the motherfuckers who made the world that they fucking live in, right? Exactly. Individual hunts. So now you got a problem, right? Because now you have the overseers and they're trying to give these little idiots more and more rights when we know that they don't know anything. We know that they know less. We know that they have less willpower now because of cell phone usage. They have less brain power. They have less willpower. They have less common sense, right? I mean, these motherfuckers were eating Tide Pods a couple of days ago, right? It wasn't that long ago. There were some grown-ups doing it too. Motherfuckers setting themselves on fire for attention, right? And now we made them more shallow. And people don't want to like it, don't want to hear it. Keep it real with yourself, right? If you don't have kids, observe someone you know, right? And take your blinders off and take your, oh, this is my whatever, and this is my whatever. And they just, so they would never do it because that's how you get got. Because they're not thinking about you like these are not the people that you think are in your home. And just watch them, honestly. Watch their behaviors. Watch the things that they say. And a lot of people, I guess, a lot of people too aren't hip to words and why things are being used and said. And so they dismiss stuff. But it's a lot of shit that's said deliberately, and it's a lot of shit you let slide. You know, that first time you let them kind of chop you up a little bit, say something slick, the next time they're going to say a little bit more. Man, slap that fucking kid in the fucking mouth. Right? Slap them in the fucking mouth. The moment they look half at contact. I allow contact after 5 yards. Right? This ain't no defensive pass interference. Bro. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, and you got to understand, especially if you raise a little nigga, because if you don't check them quick, oh, somebody gonna check them quick, because there's a lot of little niggas that was raised by their mamas, and you know, mama let them talk smart, talk slick up, say the little slick. They get around the wrong group of niggas, say the slick shit, and think they can get a handshake and get their fucking teeth knocked out. I've seen the shit happen. Look, I probably twice my mama's size. I'm still afraid of my mama whooping my ass. You know what I'm saying? My daddy gonna have to catch a square. We gonna have to toe up. We gonna have to knuckle up. You know what I'm saying? But my T, she got it. I don't want no plex. I don't want no problem. I don't want no beef, no nothing. I don't want none. Yes, ma'am. Right. That's another thing too. The little kids ain't got no fucking respect, bro. Like, I don't like kids that don't say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Like, I was raised on that. And like, I instantly probably don't like your children if they don't say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Right? Like, and it ain't got to be like yes or no, ma'am, but I'm talking about to you. Like, and that's what happens. A lot of these moms, they don't have enough respect for themselves to make their kids stand on business. They're not making their kids stand on respect business. And when a man come in the picture, you better tell your mama, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. And then they see what happens. They see how it happens. Then why? Why is that different? Because you gotta make your fucking kid respect you. That's some weird shit. And there's a lot of that. But I told y'all, I say all this to say about the friend and took the kid's phone and saw that the kid had their name saved in the phone as their name. There's no respect there. I wouldn't be buying shit. I wouldn't be, it wouldn't be no advance. Like, you grown now, start making some money. This $200-$300 for this class and for these lessons and for these adventures and road trips. My man, look, figure it out. You need to let kids see how hard it is. You need to let them know everything ain't yours. Or if you are giving them everything in the world, they better be the best fucking kid. Like, and I'm not saying just because a lot of people give credit to, I had this is a mirror. No, your kid's half dumb, probably lacking 2 out of 3 senses. Like, it's not that great. Look at that. Look at fucking little Susie over there. That bitch is a perfect SAT score. Right? Bitch is fucking accepted all the fucking, that's a fucking miracle. Right? And the little bitch don't eat Takis. That's a fucking miracle, kid. Your kid is average at best. And you give them everything in the world. Like, I'm going to Kevin Samuels your kids. Your children are average at best. Right? And that's most of them motherfuckers ain't average. The standard of average has decreased, right? A lot of kids, now the overwhelming majority of kids are subpar, but more spoiled and more entitled than ever, right? It doesn't take much to win nowadays. Like, these motherfuckers so fucking soft, it just, it is what it is, right? So I'm just trying to say, hey, anonymous, appreciate the love. It was on the stream elements. See, I gotta fix the thing. I didn't even know the dilly dally was going on. Man, I'm trying to tell you, bro. Like, nah, but see, where does King fall? Is he like a middle kid? Because middle kids are already weird too, right? So like, I don't know how many kids it is, and yeah, what a high value kids. These fucking kids ain't worth the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Let me see the thing. Let me pull up the stream, but I appreciate the donation. I gotta set it up for Stream Elements as well, because it's set up through Streamlab, and that bitch wasn't doing shit, and You know, I promise I'm gonna get some shit right tonight. I got a few things. Like, my problem is I'll start working on some shit and then start working on some other shit and don't complete the shit that I need to be. I'll be getting too many fucking ideas. But after the stream today, in the Discord, chop it up for a while. I'm gonna work on some couple things that I bought that I can get. I need to finish up. And there's some shit that only take like 2 or 3 minutes. I got like got a completion problem or some shit. I don't fucking know. But make sure I give the proper dues to the supporters, because it is always appreciated. But yeah, and even like I said, well, let me get the line booted up and stuff too. But so what's going on with this thing? It's not letting me. Okay. Oh, I know why. But so yeah, like I said, it's just a situation, man. Like, I don't know about the King Kings. I don't know much about him, but every time I see him, he's doing something terrible. And shout out to Luke. I watched that kid saying shit, bro. Bro, it's just it's tough, right? Interesting. Very interesting. But I appreciate the love. Shout out to Anonymous. It ain't telling me too much more. I don't know if it was a comment that goes with that. Doesn't appear to be. So I appreciate it. So again, man, it's just like, I don't know what's up with the kid, but it's a mutual thing, and we're all fucked up because the kids are not getting the attention and the guidance that they need from the parents, and that's the major thing, because a kid can only respond to the environment it's in, right? And you're going to grow, and then you're going to kind of expand to feel that environment. And if you're giving too much, you're going to consume too much, right? And if you're not expected to return anything to it, you're not going to return anything to it. Oh man, shout out to my boy Dad, wherever you may be, man. I hope all is well. I was looking at things, saw Mr. Flip Flab. That man, that's the funniest shit to me. And it's just, bro, it's like it's sad. And then the kids, like I said, they don't know respect, and they take this shit outside their household, because if you don't have respect in your household, where are you going to have respect, right? If it's not established in your household, where is it going to be established besides jail, right? So this motherfucker has had everything that he's ever wanted given to him. And his goal is to people believe that he's some kind of gangster, that he's hard, like, and nobody does. And like, he's the only person believing this shit. He's the only person selling himself to. And I feel bad for him, because he's never going to live up to amount to anything. This nigga gonna fuck around and become the next Orlando Brown, except Orlando Brown would lie. To tell y'all, y'all thought Orlando Brown was crazy. He was a little crazy, but he was telling the truth, right? So I feel bad for the kid on some real shit. I had a couple of articles, but the video basically shows the same thing, right? And the crazy thing about it, that little motherfucker is smaller than T.I. T.I. is a little bitty man, right? He's a little bitty man. How old is King? King like 20-something, ain't he? How old is King? Is he just out of there? Oh, he's 19. Right? He got a little bit. So is he the youngest? I don't know. But you got to think about it, right? Look at the names you name these kids: King, Messiah, shit like this. It's the same thing I tell you when women name their kids and name their children Angelica. This is Heavenly, and this is Angelica, and they'd be like the biggest hoes in school. Or it was two dudes named some weird shit, and they were named like Blessing and something else. And them niggas was some killers. They were twin brothers. They ended up like killing some motherfuckers so they could rap about it. Like, don't let the shit fool you, right? I hate to say it, because I know it's different for people. Oh, my bad. Did I I'm fucking shit up. I know it's different whenever people are seeing different stuff. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. And yes, you can support the channel at the Honcho ANT at Cash App, PayPal or Venmo. It's the same name. Or you can use the stream elements, apparently, because that is apparently working, and I don't know what the hell is going on with with Stream Labs. I think the last thing that showed up is some kind of German name. So there's that. Yeah, I'm not some real shit. So like right now, no, all bullshit to the side. Like they really, that's really what happened. Matter of fact, they made a video. Like I think they made a video and they basically showed what happened in the video. And they went and arrested him. And then they started like trying to make like Christian. It was some crazy shit. Because then I think they started doing like trying to do Christian rap songs or something like right. It was some wild shit, right? Like I believe, I told you, I think he's the missing link. He's the missing link. You know what I'm saying? Like he's the second oldest. That be understood. Okay. Major. Oh, see, that's what I'm saying. Major, Eris, Messiah. Like these are all names. T.I. definitely names his sons or his kids like a black woman. Instead of worrying about Trump, instead of worrying about Gucci, instead of worrying about Lil Wayne and Kanye, you need to be cleaning your own house, bro. As we all do, right? As we all do. I need to clean my own house. Not really. I think I cleaned up a little bit earlier. But, you know, I need to be cleaning his own house. Like, you worried about all this shit. You got this kid running around here crazy. Like I said, I feel sorry for King. Like, I don't like him. I don't give a damn. But there's kings all over the place because you got a lot of little niggas who try to live up to their daddy like and don't have to, bro. Like your daddy might have been this nigga. He did what he did to get you out of this environment. But it's kind of the dad's fault because dad gonna always say, you know, you'll never be the nigga I was. You never be. Instead of encouraging them to be better, man, make that motherfucker go be a lawyer. Go be a fucking real businessman. Get this motherfucker out away from the, you know what happens there. Go help this motherfucker build a network. You know what I'm saying? Like a real network. That kind of network. But help this motherfucker, you know, do some shit. Like instead, we like I think there's parents who secretly, it's like they almost secretly want their kids to like crash out a little bit. Like I don't understand. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Like we make something like his mama, and his mamas that a lot of mamas that push that shit. Like because again, a lot of these sons will live. Oh, shit, your daddy was a gangster. Your daddy was a killer. He was this, and niggas think that's in my bloodline, and some of it is. Right, some of it is. Right? It's just some of it. Some of it is. Some of it is, but it's like, man, it's a say grandiosity. Yes. So it can be real like it's just. It's crazy, man. Like it's a wild world that we live in. And I mean, who am I? I can't change it, right? I don't have to like I don't have enough I mean, I could. I mean, I guess there is enough time when I'd have to be a real deadbeat. Like they'd probably come out more shitty, like for me to try to catch up. I wouldn't have time. I'd just abandon them all. He said his two other sons is at college. Harvard. Don't go to fucking Harvard, goddammit. I'm saying don't go there going go to the top notch. But I expect, look, if you got men, your kids should be. I mean, I don't be want to hear shit when we talk about white folks. Well, the white folks, they have all the money and the resources to send their kids to these prestigious schools. Like the only nigga I heard is sending their school, and that's not even just that great a school. But like the only nigga I've ever heard of like contributing to it, again, you know how I feel about higher education. So it's like kind of like a paradox, I guess. I guess that would be the word. But if we're gonna play the game. Dr. Dre was the only nigga, and then y'all gave Dr. Dre, y'all tried to snitch on that nigga. He tried to pull the white people play, and y'all got mad at him. Well, Dr. Dre's donating a statue and a couple of $1 million to the university so he can get his daughter. Like, shut the fuck up. Nigga, y'all cry about it, and then when niggas do it, y'all get mad. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They get mad about the shit. But like, if you have millions, why are your kids out in the streets doing the shit they're doing, right? And we can say the same shit, like, because Will Smith is the same thing. Will Smith is the same thing, except for their dad wasn't a gangster for them to try to look up to, right? But it's the same shit. Their households are the same way. It's the same fucking principles, just two different foundations, right? There's two different foundations. That's the big difference. So, salute. And so it's the same principle, just two, and like, so my thing, and again, it's not all black. I like saying this shit. I like using race because I find it very amusing, because people get really, really riled up about it, right? And I don't understand why. I understand why, but I don't understand why. And so I like talking about it because I know people get real iffy about it. Like, to me, I really don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? I really don't give a shit. But Key Bump in this thing. What's up, Key Bump? What's going down? Oh, shout out to Jared. But man, like, it's just, I don't understand. Why don't we see any rappers? Why don't we see any of these celebrities, black celebrities especially? And if they are, please prove me wrong, right? And maybe they are, but I'm not hearing about it because they're not out in the limelight. Like, so that's kind of the double do. Maybe like, we don't want to be known as being famous because we're actually studying, asshole, and we are at Harvard and we are at these fancy institutions. But across the board, you're not seeing that shit, right? You're not seeing the celebrities, kids at fancy. You're seeing them trying to be pseudo celebrities themselves, right? Like, not doing something that can carry on a legacy, carry on a foundation, because most of the celebrities' kids don't have talent. Right? I don't know anything about Blue Ivy, right? I don't know anything. I don't know anything about Kanye's kids. If they take more after Kim, they definitely ain't got no talent. But like, we also live in a society where people just watch somebody because they're somebody else's kids. Like, they won't watch their own kid, like literally won't watch their own kids, but they'll watch a show with somebody else's kids because they're somebody else's kids, right? Oh man, not Adam 22. All right, so let me open the line, man. I keep saying I ain't gonna do it, and y'all let me do it. That's why I can't be reading the chat. I start going off the rails. Give me just one moment. Let me make sure we're all good. Roll me up another joint. But yeah, like I said, I'm cutting out the blunt. Michael Irvin's son, he was talking about that nigga. Crazy shit. Like, why? Like, nigga, why? Why? What is it about niggas that we just, it's gotta be, I gotta prove to you that I'm hard. I gotta prove to you that I'm a gangster. I gotta prove to you that I'm willing to die for some shit that don't fucking give a fuck about me. I'll die for anything but my fucking family. Right? Oh, shizzle bam. All right, give me a second. Let me get the make sure we on the line time. I've been working on some shit. Definitely should have something. I should have that little thing done for the sauce members in the morning. I should have that. I should definitely have I hope the right number. Yeah. Like I said, we working on some other. I'm gonna work on the hangman bot. I'm gonna work on the hangman bot in here because I know some of those hangman questions or some of them fucking things are terrible. And I'm gonna work on a couple other privileges that the mods are gonna have. Probably because I said something about probably some Beehive members in here, and I said something about Beyonce. We're gonna report him right now. He's talking about Beyonce. What the hell? Those are made by 4 Adam who works at the church. I don't know. Again, like I say, it is. It's some crazy stuff. All right. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening? right, I might have the volume fucked up. Hold on. One moment. Yeah, it did. This fucking. All right, 1 second. Play this fuck up. I keep forgetting this shit. I be thinking I had the shit ready and then I don't. That's why. Yes. And this should be that. All right. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
What's up, Pancho? It's all an illusion.
All right, illusion. What's the motherfucking deal? There we go. We got it now. All right, cool. What's on your mind this evening, Mr. Illusion? How have you been, sir?
Man, I've been good. How have you been? How was your Thanksgiving?
I didn't do much for the actual Thanksgiving. I didn't really give thanks, I guess, until Saturday or Sunday-ish. And then I didn't give much thanks Sunday because things went kind of downhill. So that's a whole different conversation. But yeah, it was good.
Yeah, that had to be a tough one to watch, bro, for sure.
Yeah. It was not good. Yeah, I can say that.
But shit, still going in the right direction, though.
Yeah, that was my
I
whole
don't think
thing.
anybody was expecting 6 and 5 out of you guys at this point in the season.
Yeah, that's my thing. So that's been my whole argument for most of the season. That's why I say, look, I'll take the good with the bad. Everything is kind of house money at this point to me. But
right,
it's the Jags, so it's kind of stings a little.
Enough with all that. Let's disrespect T.I. and his family.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for. All right. So how you feel about this King? So we put the video. Like, what stood out to you, like, the most about that whole exchange between T.I., Tiny, and King?
Well, I think you already touched on it, but like T.I. telling him that he wasn't from the hood,
yeah.
Like as if the proper way to go was to be like, hey, you shouldn't show your aggression or like your masculinity in this way because you didn't grow up around cockroaches.
Yeah.
Instead of being like, hey, you're not acting like a man. Instead of being like, oh, in order for you to be a man, you have to come from a poor situation.
Yeah.
And I think that they had to have been drunk, like the kid was saying. Mm-hmm. He was saying that they drank too much.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that shit is sad as hell. But do you remember when there was a little mini debate in the Discord about that dad making his kid spar with him in the street?
Yeah. Yeah. I remember that.
I think that could prevent this.
I think it absolutely does. Because it sets an understanding. I definitely agree. I would much rather see that than see what you just seen from King. And but when you see King end up
of his dad.
Yeah. Yeah.
What did you ask my dad?
I said, and where we're going to eventually see King end up, he continue on this path. So I'd much rather see, I'd rather see T.I. and King out there sparring than, this goofy shit in front of a crowd, trying to choke him out and doing all that shit. That's way more harmful because we were talking about that thing. We did have I didn't get to get into it as much, but, about that discussion, people talk about, it being a show or a display. This was more of a show and a display, but there was no lesson to be learned from it. There was no outcome. It was just embarrassment. I agree with you. The sparring, there's a lesson to be learned and a hierarchy to be established that if it wasn't there before. So I definitely agree with that.
Well, and the way that T.I. was talking to him, like that was his little homie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they were on some street shit and the little homie got too mouthy.
Mm-hmm.
The youngster got too mouthy and he had to check the little homie.
Yeah.
That was like, I can't imagine ever engaging in a dialogue like that with my child.
That's crazy. Yeah. That's the perfect way of putting it. And but I bet he relates to it like that. He relates, like you see that the the father-son dynamic isn't there. So, I mean, he's probably used to the shit. And that's why King probably responds the way that he does. Like, he's talking to him like a little pissed off motherfucker with something to prove when your older brother tells you can't do something, so you got to go and figure out a way to fucking prove him wrong or some shit. But, yeah, I definitely see that.
I think T.I.'s perpetually stuck in trying to be a gangster. Like, he's wanted to be a gangster his whole life.
Yeah. Yeah. I think...
Because he never was one. Like, I remember when he... Go ahead, my bad.
No, go ahead, because I kind of want to... I think I want to expand over your point, because you kind of reminded me of something I did want to touch on. I'm going to let you finish that. What were you saying?
When he got hemmed up for going and buying, like, fucking automatic weapons and shit. Mm. And he's like a 30-time felon.
Yeah.
They put his rap sheet on TV when that happened. It was why I understand money can't buy freedom because all crimes are commercial crimes. Mm. But that was a pretty wild sentence to only do a year because he was buying illegal weapons, period, much less being a felon.
Yeah.
But they put his rap sheet on the TV, and it was like, he's a dope fiend. He wasn't a drug dealer. He was a drug user. Because he was like, you ever look at someone's arrest record and been like, oh, this is a crackhead? Because it's like receiving stolen property, receiving a stolen vehicle, drug paraphernalia, possession of a controlled substance. Like, never like intent, never conspiracy.
Yeah.
Nothing like that. He was a crackhead. He wasn't no drug dealer.
Yeah. I never paid
what was the point you wanted to?
But yeah, but I agree because I feel like I'm actually not surprised with King, and again they say the other kids I guess are better according to Miss Cartier. So I'm gonna take her word for it. I trust Miss Cartier. I don't think she would lie to me too much. That if the other kids are better, but T.I. is a perpetual attention seeker, right? Because he realized the rapping died out, so he started going for the thing that everybody does, which is try to be a voice in the community, right? And bro, like you didn't made this fucking music and done all this shit for everybody's trying to hear that shit. Now you're supposed to be the wise man. We speak it out against the voice of black people who ain't wearing Gucci and all this other shit anymore. Then that's not working. Then he goes to do the podcast thing and then the comedy thing, and he's admitting that he's losing money doing it's like he's continually searching for the next thing that's going to continue to get him some more attention, right? Because the comedy thing, it's not good.
Back.
We all know it's not good. Podcast, I've never watched it. I'm not that big of a fan of T.I. You know what I'm saying? It's just whatever. But it's like he's perpetually, to me, he's always trying to be in the face of something. And I kind of always thought that way about him. Like I said, I don't know. That's just kind of my perspective on it. But if he's continually chasing that, you see why his kids are chasing that. Okay.
I think you're right. I think he's always just looking for whatever. And then he wanted to do the intelligent thug, like when Nipsey Hussle died, and they seen all the adoration that Nipsey Hussle got. It's like that's when he started wanting to be like the intelligent gangster. And he just he don't know who the fuck he is.
Yeah. And I give tip that he could rap. Like, yeah, early on. I think I stopped fucking. Paper Trail might have been the last I heard of T.I. I don't even think I listened. I think my partner had the CD. I kind of listened to a little bit of it. Like, after.
That was the one with Dead and Gone on it, right?
Was it? I can't even recall. Like, I couldn't even, honestly, I can't tell you what all was on Paper Trail. I just remember that.
I think that's probably when I stopped listening to him too.
Yeah.
It was around that time.
And it was just like.
Yeah, I used to rock with T.I. whenever I was young. Yeah. Like that Let's Get Away joint with Jazzy Trey. That was like one of my go-tos.
Oh.
I was riding around with a little bopper.
Oh, bro. If this was a Talking Dirty After Dark deal, I could tell y'all many a sin that was committed to that song in the soundtrack. Niggas had mixtapes and then playlists and burnt CDs. Hey, man, look, there was a couple of songs around that time like that, and that was one of those that was definitely in the list. So
yeah, that was on the same mixtape as I could tell
Yeah.
by the look in your eyes. Yeah. That was on that 504 boys.
Yeah, on the 50. Oh yeah.
Same mixtape.
Yeah. Yes, Broderick. You said bopper. What's wrong with the word bopper? We need to bring it back. Everything else
We
getting
say
used.
boppers.
Huh? Yeah. Yeah.
We say boppers out here. We still say boppers.
Yeah.
Or boppies.
Yeah.
The girls say boppies. Oh, she's just a little boppy. I don't know why you pay me. She don't want to be your friend. She's just a little boppy.
Hey, somewhere the culture's still alive, man, because everybody else from Atlanta shit out here. Yeah, but man, look, and I remember when Thoughts came out. I was like, that was the stupidest shit I ever heard. Now I'm saying the shit. We didn't face infectious. It's terrible. But yeah, but with T.I., like, you know, and I agree. It's just he's kind of like, so if he doesn't know who he is, he's going to be pushing that. Hold on, Vici. It's a very interesting name. That name seems familiar or similar to something. You know, you need to keep an eye on that Vici name. But yeah, like he's perpetually looking for something. Again, if you as a man don't have an idea of where you're at or what you stand for or what you're doing, then it's going to be hard for you to establish that foundation for the kids, right? And then, and then also like with the mom, like I can see it. Like I said again, I don't like King, right? Because I don't like the character, the what he's becoming again. But it's like it's hard to fault him when you see parents that behave like this. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of in the middle on this whole thing because again, these are the parents they should have raised. They should have had a foundation for him to be a better person. But your mom and your dad both act like this. Like, you know, they're both acting like behaving like children in public, and this is how they're dealing with you. I mean, how are you supposed to respond to that? How do you deal with that sensibly?
Yeah, they just wanted to embarrass him. Mm-hmm. Like he was already amped up, and you could tell that I still don't understand what happened. I don't know how it got there. Yeah. But you could tell that he felt vulnerable and that he felt the need to like have his machismo out for everybody to see. And they just kept trying to like deflate him. And that was one of them times like he needed to be treated like the toddler he was acting like and just ignore him. But yeah, I can't really put the blame on him either because we've all seen how they act. They've acted that way the whole time they were on reality TV, like just a bunch of dumbass kids.
Well, that's crazy. I never watched the show. Like I said, I don't ever get that much into things, but I guess people, you know, followed these people up until this point, and it's just that's the terrible thing. I mean, reality. I would never bring, if I had a family, I would never bring a reality camera in my home because it's not a family anymore. After now, you're a bunch of actors, and you permanently become a bunch of actors at that point. Like even once the cameras are off, now people feel like they gotta portray this act to society because that's what they were on that fucking camera. And that shit distorts people's minds. A lot of these motherfuckers can't tell reality from fucking fiction, who really love them, who really fuck with them, and who really use them. And you can tell a guy like that. I was watching that little video, the video you shared. It was terrible music. Terrible music. But like them little dudes in that video, them little motherfuckers in that video fucking with him because, hey, it's a little free shine. It's some easy shine. Like that, you look like the nicest, weirdest looking kid out the laboratory. You know, and just weird stuff, man. I don't know, man. But I guess, you know, anything for clout these days, anything for attention, I guess everything's on the table. It's sad. It really is.
Well, and I think that's like the real lesson behind the whole situation that could be applied to like real life is, so I do believe that we speak things into existence, or we like, if we concentrate or think about something too much, then that's what you're going to start attracting into your life. Yeah. And he's not built, bro, he was talking about killing his ops.
Yeah.
And it's really I don't understand why that is like a cool thing these days to talk about taking another person's life. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
Most rappers do not stand on what they talk about in their music.
Yeah.
But, and most people in general, and I think that's why I have the outlook I have on stuff, most people in general have never had to deal with trench warfare.
Yeah.
Like, they've never really been in a trench situation.
Yeah.
And it took me a long time to learn that not everybody looks at the world the same way that I do. But he's playing too much with that shit. Like, he was like, no, I want to go to grandma's house so I can go to the bando. I'm like, why do you want to go there? Like, have you ever really been there? It's the most nervous thing in the world.
Bro.
Like, your anxiety level is through the roof to where you either got to become an actual savage or you're just going to be scary the whole entire time. There's only two options. But he keeps talking about it, and now in his music, he's talking about killing people, and he's got guns and all this. Like, if somebody knows you have a weapon and they have a problem with you, they might just lay you down.
I'm not going to play with you. Why take the chance? What is the
And
benefit
the fact
of
that
this?
T.I. don't, that song should have never made it out. If he cared about his kid at all, that song should have never made it out.
Do you think he cares?
I don't think he knows how. Like, I don't think he knows how to care. I think he does, like, in his heart. I'm sure he loves his kids. But, because, I mean, he does spend time with his kids, and that's a good thing. But I don't think he knows, like, how to be a dad instead of a friend.
Yeah. I can see that. I can definitely see it. I don't know. I'm talking crazy in the thing. I don't know, man. Like, and I agree with you. And I can see, because you see a lot of these parents, well, I can't do anything about it, or he feels like, hey, you're gonna let the kids have an opportunity to do whatever they want. I see a lot of this, though. I'm not gonna lie. I see a lot of this, and I said that I didn't see a lot of dads, but I'm starting to see a lot more. And again, it's a lot of niggatry. And it's kind of concerning, because I think about that. Like, what man willingly puts his children in the line of fire? And when I say that, I'm not saying that he's, you know, riding out with his kids and shit. I'm just saying that he's putting them in situations that will put them in those situations, whether he's present or not, that will make them a target. Like you said, like that song, you're saying things that it's people out there that are curious, right? And not in a good way. There's people out there that are curious to see if you are about the things that you say you're about, especially if you're very braggadocious. There's some motherfuckers that ain't got shit to do but find out. And so, like you said, he puts himself in a situation where he could, you know, daddy might not be able to help you out of this. You know what I'm saying? Especially with this new generation. So, yeah.
And I think they live in California now, right? Or do they live in Atlanta still?
I'm not sure. I mean, I know they were at an Atlanta game yesterday, because it was Atlanta had like some tribute to rap or something. That's why Ludacris was floating around in the rafters and shit. And I saw a thing, though, somebody was like, Luda don't have no song that requires him to do. And then bullshit. If anybody has songs that require you to be floating around in the fucking rafters on a fucking, it's probably fucking Ludacris. Because this motherfucker used to have some of the most outrageous ass, and they would be anthems, though. Like, they would be corny jams. I think Ludacris had music. But yeah. Yeah, so they had that.
Yeah, Ludacris was one of, I think people forget, like, Ludacris was one of them dudes that, like, transcended the hip hop arena, he would have people that didn't even listen to rap listening to his shit.
Yeah.
Like Ludacris made bangers.
Yeah. Like he was different. Like, and you couldn't help but fuck because the shit it wasn't like it was just catchy. Because you can have catchy songs that fucking suck. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's catchy. It just, you can't help it. But he had songs that motherfucker was actually, Luda was spitting. Like, he was really fucking rapping at the time. And even that one, he had his little diss on T.I. I was like, oh shit, okay. Luda was rapping, man. Luda was something serious. But
Luda was. But if T.I. and them are still in Atlanta, that's probably still not good because there's got to be somebody he told on or something, or that he burned or something. There's somebody that don't like him out there. And then if he's in California, like, ask Sarah, in California, they're bored.
Yeah.
And you get stripes by doing shit. Like, this dude might end up butt naked having to walk down Rodeo Drive or something like that because some real gang members went and stripped him.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. There's people who don't have much to do and they got shit to do but find out. Like, it's people who, like, just like, you got to be very aware of the shit you say and the things that you do. But again, when you like you said, when that leadership isn't there to say, hey, look, you know, you're making a mistake. Hey, look, you don't need to go down this path. And like you said, if T.I. had been through these things and these situations in which you say you've been through, like, why would you want your kid to ever end up in something remotely close to that? Like, why are we bringing Little Flip into this dream?
I mean,
I don't even know if Little Flip got killed. Why did you have to do? You didn't have to do it, Dre, but you did it. You know, you didn't have to do it, but you did it.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
I forgot about that. Not Lil Flip.
Yeah.
Not the Clover Gang. Not Sunshine.
Oh man, the flip. And here's the thing: I hadn't listened to Flip in a long time, and I stumbled across a Flip. This was probably like a year and a half. I stumbled across this Little Flip song, and it was something more recent, and he fucking killed this. So like when I say I'm like, never heard fucking Flip rap like this. And he killed, and I could not remember the song, did not bookmark it, like can't find it for shit, kind of halfway skimmed through a couple. It's just, can't remember the beat, can't remember it, but it was like, I'm like, this is Little Flipper? The Flipperachi? Like, come on, I'm like, shit.
Flipperachi.
Yeah, but that motherfucker there just, he
I've heard him snap a couple times.
Yeah, Flip can rap, he can freestyle. Now, if we're gonna be real, you know what I'm saying? There was all the ESG might have been the freestyle king. You know, there was always the debate. Flip say he was look, ESG, man. Look, ESG used to go. But yeah, Flip could spit. Like, I'm not knocking Flip. Flip could fucking rap. It was just he was just kind of a character. You know what I'm saying? And when you kind of make yourself into a character, it's kind of hard to get out of it. So we kind of came out with that leprechaun shit, and then just T.I. kind of being at the point he was and just taking advantage of that shit. But Flip had some, I ain't gonna lie, Flip had some fucking hits, man. Flip had some H-Town hits, yeah. You see it, you want to buy it on it. Let's see, you got clothes in your closet, but they not like mine. That man, Flip had some fucking hits. Yeah. See, now y'all maybe gonna fucking.
He definitely rode the wave at the right time.
Yeah.
He got on the wave at the right time for sure.
Yeah, like it was perfect timing for Flip. But shit. Fucking
I forgot him and T.I. had problems.
Yeah, that was a whole crazy situation. And that was a interesting time and place in the city. But yeah, man. So I don't know, man. I don't understand why this whole thing going on. But I got a question for you. So I presented something earlier. I should have saved the damn video so I could have shared it. What makes a mom a deadbeat mom?
when she gets pregnant.
No, well, that's
She will immediately be. I'm just kidding. Probably whenever they decide that they're going to force themselves into their kids. Like I think when moms, especially if they're by themselves, they kind of treat their sons like they're men.
Yeah.
They don't really give them a chance to grow up and be kids. They kind of treat their sons like they're men, and then they treat their daughters like their competition.
Yeah.
Not all.
Yeah.
Not all.
Yeah,
but
to put the warning up,
it happens a lot.
Yeah. Excuse me. It does, and that's a wild thing too. And I think that this social media age, is increasing that type of behavior. You know what I mean? I think that the women want to be desired longer. You know, that they have the opportunity to now. That's why they're older and they're dressing more revealing, and they're wearing more makeup and all these other things that, you know, and they're on the ground. I see older women that have no business. Somebody's grandma, somebody's abuela, somebody's tia. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if you had seen it. I posted in the Discord. 40 dropped a new album at 56 years old, 23 tracks. The GOAT came through with another banger.
No shit.
But he had a record on there, and he's speaking on that. He said, I put it in the Discord. He said something like, Granny and them lit. They in a new relationship. They like to fuck young dick, and they different now. They don't want to sit home and knit.
Yeah, baby.
he was killing that shit.
Yeah,
you're right. Yeah,
and that's the thing though. Like
they're older now, and they ain't slowing down anymore.
And how much of that do you think will have a trickle down effect on these upcoming generations now that they see that? Now that there's no more big mama at the house, there's no, matriarch, but really there's no foundation. You don't have that old, head of the family. But even sometimes, grandpa might pass on a little early, grandma still be around. There's none of that, seeing that loyal grandma anymore. Now shit, grandma, you never got married, and she living life and she having a good time. It used to be like that one chick that was always like, yes, she never got married. Now it's like the majority of them, but they just having a lot of kids along the way. It used to be that chick, she ain't had no kids, she just lived a life. Now it's like all of them doing that shit. Oh, fuck.
I think it's going to be a major issue moving forward, because a lot of times, like, thankfully I have my dad growing up, but I had friends that didn't have their dad, and their mom would be wild, but their grandma was always kind of like where things would get centered. And now who's going to center them? Grandma's doing the same thing. Like, now who's going to get their head level? Because grandma's doing the same thing. So you got mom being crazy, you got grandma being crazy. Shit, I know some great grandmas that are still thotting it up.
Man, and it's crazy. The internet, as good as it made us too connected, right? We should have never taught the old people. Like, they just know too much. Like, old people are like getting the most STDs and shit now. Like, that's the crazy shit. I guess they like, fuck it, they ain't gonna have no kids, so they just going naked head and just getting all infected. Like, that's crazy shit. Like, these motherfucking old folks fucking hooking up.
No, you're right.
That's terrible, terrible shit. They be just getting it in at the old folks home. Now they can actually connect to other old folks home up and down the street. This is terrible. Oh man, that's wild. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's true though. I didn't even think about that hive mind shit. Yeah. That one that singularity in the way people think. that is kind of when that started, when the elders started going downhill. When everybody could get on Facebook.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to get old. You know what I mean? Like, so when somebody sees this, what the younger people are doing, nobody wants to be old.
Yeah. Shit. And then it's going to be to a point where, you're old, you don't get that connection. That's the one thing old people complain about the most. My people don't come see me, or they don't call me anymore. They don't, do this, do that. They don't, but now you give them a way to connect anytime, any place, and actually see faces aside from just, a phone call here and there. Shit. They're definitely going to be attracted to it. They're going to figure out how to use it. Well, most of them are. Some people just refuse. Some people, there's still a few holdouts. I respect them. I commend them. They live in a different world, right? They live in a better world, if you ask me. But yeah, there's still a few internet holdouts out there. I come across some people sometimes. I don't use email. I don't get on the internet. All right, well, okay, we'll just call you.
Those are the ones that are going to be okay when the lights go out, too.
Yeah, they ain't even gonna know the lights went out. They probably shit. We could come out fucking a few weeks after. Like, oh, it's been going on around here. No, this is what we've been waiting on. Like, yeah. Well, you're right. I mean, that's the ones that got it. 'Cause that's gonna be the hardest thing for a lot of people to do is have to disconnect when that happens. It's like the immediate realization that those old habits are over. What's that book? Who Moved My Cheese? A lot of people ain't gonna realize that the cheese has been moved, and they're gonna keep going through the same shit. But,
I haven't heard of that one.
Who Moved My Cheese? That's a cool.
Yeah, I haven't heard of that one.
It's a little book, man. It's a little parable. It's I got that bitch. I mean, it's not a hard read. Probably find like a PDF or something of that bitch. And it's like it's a quick read like shit, like 20, 30 minutes. But yeah, it's a cool little parable. Just it's just to help you adjust when shit changes, and to realize when shit changes, and about just taking action when shit changes. Ultimately, a lot of people don't want to take that action. A lot of people just will keep wanting to. They'll keep coming back to the old way until it's too late. They'll keep coming back, just hoping that the old, like most people,
change.
That they fight that change. So not realizing if they just took action, well, shit, you'd be all right instead of trying to fight and stay stuck in the old way. But it's a cool little deal. I forgot who wrote that bit, but like, yeah, it's interesting.
I'm sure there's not a lot of them out there. I have to go check that out, though.
Yeah, even though I lost all my other books, I fucking came across a little copy of that bitch. That bitch is always it's always a good quick reminder when things go awry. You know what I'm saying? So that shit's Ashley. That shit's terrible.
All right, man. I just glanced at the chat. Are you gonna take another call?
I may.
I think J Mel's waiting to call in.
All right. Well, that's a bit. We'll take we got a little bit of time. We'll take one more call. We'll definitely do that.
I'm gonna go ahead and hop off then so he can get on.
All right. Well, I appreciate you coming.
But as always, I appreciate the conversation, Honcho.
Yes, sir. Definitely me as well. And I thank you for calling. And how's the leg doing?
Man, thank God. All it was a torn calf muscle.
Okay.
Like I had micro tears in the Achilles, but nothing that needs any type of surgery. And I'm glad that my wife works for an orthopedics place, because the urgent care, the emergency room was acting crazy. They were like, "Oh, the whole thing fell off." I'm like, I don't know about all that.
What?
Went to ortho. They were like, "Oh, you got a pretty high grade calf tear, but as far as your Achilles, it's just some micro tears. You just need to stay off of it for like 4 to 6 weeks."
Okay, good.
And I was like, "Cool."
Okay.
Yeah. Appreciate you asking, man.
Yes, sir. Good to hear. Yeah, because I remember you saying that. I was like, damn, I was thinking about that. I was just, that'd be a motherfucker. Even though it's still not the best outcome, but still, hey, better That could be some good deal.
Way better than tearing my Achilles for sure.
Yeah.
I had like a little mental breakdown whenever I thought that's what happened.
Yeah. I wouldn't. Pray on that tonight. I got to think about it. See, I feel like when you ever think of something, you just feel it in that area that you think about. Even though it's not, you just kind of feel like a tingling in that area when you think about it. Yeah, that's what's going on. Like, that's good. Good deal. Good deal.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Losing. I appreciate it, sir.
But shit, you gonna be in the Discord?
Yes, sir. Definitely gonna jump in the Discord tonight. I know I've been absent a few days, so I'll be in there this evening. Cause some havoc.
All right, bro.
All right, Mr. Losing.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
All right.
Later.
Yeah. Shout out to Illusion. And somebody inquired earlier about a bopper. A bopper, basically your hood rats, they call them ratitas. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Who we got calling in the Denline this evening?
I like to take this opportunity to apologize to absolutely nobody. Fuck these haters.
J Man, what's the motherfucking deal, man? How you doing this evening, sir?
I'm good, bro. I'm good.
Okay. So
we got Bell. You see, we got Bell. Before we start, you see, we got Bell's burner account in the chat, right?
What? The burners.
The beachy.
What? I don't believe in burnings. Interesting.
Y'all heard Katie shit.
I don't believe such things.
I'm telling you, bro.
Y'all do, folks. Y'all some wild folks. Y'all some wild folks. So yeah, Who Moved My Cheese? That's a great book. Chill out. But so we talking about King, man. We was talking about King. We've been talking about Suki Hana being a deadbeat mama, and just who do you feel like was more at fault in that exchange between King, T.I., and Tiny?
Well, anytime you're talking about parents and children, don't fall on the parents. It's their responsibility to raise them up the right way.
Yeah.
You know, there's no excuse. And especially when you got parents that have had success in life and been able to give their kids opportunities to better themselves and have a better life than they had, and don't have to involve themselves with nigga shit, quote unquote. You know, they should have just done better. There's no excuse to even be thinking. He shouldn't even be interested in doing the shit he's doing. Because they should have taught him like how Jay said, I know you don't really like Jay-Z, but he said, Hov did that so y'all don't have to go through that shit. Like, that's the message his daddy should have sent to him. Like, no, nigga, you don't need to rap. You don't need to do this shit. I did all that so you don't have to go.
Yeah.
Go to school, be a doctor, do something good with your life.
Yeah. No, definitely. Like, why don't you think more rappers or black entertainers, period, have children that are in the upper echelons of education?
Well, it goes to the point that we make, all the time when we talk about the music industry and how they handpick certain people to push a narrative and to control society. Like, they pick dumb niggas, and dumb niggas continue the cycle. Like Kanye said, hater bitches hater niggas marry hater bitches and have hater kids. The same shit. Dumb niggas marry dumb bitches and have dumb kids.
Yeah. That's definitely a factual outcome. So kind of just looking at that whole scenario, man, how would you have handled that differently if you were T.I.?
The first thing I would have did was snatch his phone out of his hand and cut the live off.
Yeah.
And then I would have checked his dumb ass in private. But also, if I was T.I., I'd have never been in that situation with my child because I'd have raised his ass.
Yeah. That's true. And do you think that T.I. and Tiny were acting up because the live was on? Because the attention was on? Do you think they were all behaving in this way? Because of that?
I think it might have been a little extra because they were sauced up, but I think that's who they are anyway. You know, like they say, a drunk mind speaks a sober truth. You know, like that's who they are.
Yeah. And I think they definitely have some sober truths that we don't want to know. But
for sure.
Yeah. So I also brought up a point earlier about the Sukihana's baby daddy. Again, I don't know why any man would admit to that publicly. Like, my nigga, you could have kept that under wraps. You could have put an anonymous Reddit post or something, but you wanted to come out on the podcast and admit it. Claimed that Sukihana abandoned the kids or didn't. What he said, yeah, was basically deadbeat mom. Didn't abandon the kids for basically 3 years, right? And then women in the comments said, well, hey, well, how's it abandonment if she left him with you, right? The father. Why is there such a double standard when it comes to situations like that?
But when a nigga do it, he a deadbeat.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, come on, bro. Like, but her name is Tatiana, so what do we?
Yeah.
It's in the name.
Yeah.
But before we get off of King though,
yeah,
that nigga look like the creators from Prometheus.
What? That nigga look like man, they was going in on that nigga. Like that nigga looks like like a, I don't know, bro. Like it, oh, I don't want to just go in on it because I feel bad. I feel like there's something's missing. Like, and I'm probably solidifying my if I believed in hell in that sense, solidifying my seat in hell. Because like, bro, I feel bad for the nigga. Like, I would hate my parents too if I woke up and looked in the mirror and looked like that. Like, why? Why did y'all choose that night, that position, that whatever to procreate and make me this way? Look, then the nigga went and got the teeth and that shit didn't help. Like, why? I would hate my parents too, bro. Like, I would rebel. Like, I say, ugly people are the most dangerous people. Because they ain't got shit to live for. So, like, if you ugly, you either gonna be real nice or you're gonna be real fucked up. You're gonna be like real cool, Mother Teresa cool, or you're gonna be on some like Hitler hateful shit. Just no middle ground for ugly people. Like, you just one extreme or the other. And that nigga's an extreme, bro. Like, he's one of them ones.
That nigga looks like an imaginary friend.
Yeah. bro, like,
all right, I quit.
Bro, I mean, that might be the fucking most accurate description of all I've heard. But like, the nigga is, man. It's just
that nigga look like Paranormal Activity.
What Trill used to say? What was Trill's phrase for certain people? Unlucky looking, right?
Unlucky looking.
Like, hey, Dita Gamma, how you doing? The lovely Miss Dita Gamma, Fire Slimmer Gamma. You say he cute to someone, not to be, but someone. I don't even think he cute to his mama. His mama going in on his ass. Mama, if you thought you was cute, she'd at least let you make it a little bit. I think there's just some bad stuff going on around. I feel bad for the young man.
That nigga cute to a blind bitch.
Bro, like, shit, bro, like, I would be mad. Like, look, light skinned, y'all gotta take that, but that's on y'all card, right? So y'all, he one of y'all. So y'all gotta accept that. Y'all talk about the dark skins all y'all want. Y'all gotta accept King on the light skin card. So, you know.
You might have got touched with the tism.
Man, I feel like it's and that's messed up.
What's going on?
Like, why do we have that? I think there's a lot more autistic gangsters in these streets that we want to know. Like, I feel like there's a lot of special needs gangsters out there, and I'm not saying that they're good gangsters. I'm just saying that They special needs. Now you wonder why the nigga stay in jail. Like the nigga's really not the gangster. He's really special needs, and he ain't been taught no better. He just,
it reminded him of the special ed class.
Yeah, this nigga was raised. This nigga was special needs and raised by the wrong motherfucker. This nigga's not a criminal. This is just all he knows. And this is as good as it's gonna get for him, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like it's unfortunate. It's fucked up because I think about it now. Cause I know some niggas. Them niggas was dumb as dirt, bro. Like them niggas just stayed getting into some shit, and it wasn't like productive shit. It was just like into some shit because it was some shit to be getting. Like, why are you doing that? You keep going to jail
just to do it
for the same shit for a long time. Why? Like, but yeah, I mean, I guess that's all they fucking know. I guess that's all they revert back to. But yeah, why is that though? Why is the gangster shit so heavy? Like, why is it that a rich motherfucker gotta feel like he's gotta prove some shit to a broke motherfucker? Why does a motherfucker who grew up in a black person who grew up in a nice environment feel like they gotta prove something to a nigga in the hood?
Because it's the culture, Honcho.
What is the culture poverty? Is that the real culture? Is the culture poverty? Because that's all we tend to associate with. Like, we like broke. Yep. We like
poverty, and debauchery.
Yeah, because it's like if you actually grow up rich and you do rich stuff, you old punk ass nigga. But if you grow up broke and you do rich stuff that you can't afford, you a real ass nigga.
See, like, okay, so I grew up in Greens Point.
Yeah,
right.
Guns Point, yes.
When I was Guns. So when I was 14, I left. I moved out of my mom's house. I moved to Louisiana with my mom, and they well off. They got a nice house. It was like I was the first Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah.
And my cousin was like Carlton. Their son, he was like Carlton.
Yeah.
And niggas used to talk shit about my cousin to me. And I'd tell them, man, y'all the niggas that's tripping. That nigga ain't about to play himself out his position trying to seem cool to y'all.
Exactly.
That nigga got money. His parents bought him a brand new Benz for his first car.
What?
And that nigga appreciative. Yeah. But he was appreciative.
Yeah.
That nigga he didn't want to have on jabos. That nigga had suits on as a teenager. That nigga was going everywhere with suits and some fucking loafers on. Like, that nigga was fresh.
Yeah.
And he didn't give a fuck what none of these broke niggas thought about. And he would tell you that to your fucking face. Man. And that's what really got me out of that hood nigga mentality.
Yeah.
Where I learned I don't have to prove nothing to these dumbass niggas.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, and that's the shit. Like, and I'll say that will be, if I say one thing is I regret this, that one move I made trying to feel like I owe something to niggas. And other than that, like, why did I feel like that? But that's how you're encouraged to feel in the Negro community. Unless you got somebody to talk that shit out your ass, you have to learn the fucking hard way.
Right.
But
yeah, you gotta see an example.
Yeah.
Because because niggas gonna make you believe that shit is real.
Yeah. Keeping it real. Like, and that's the insidious evil nature. Because you say keeping it real like it's some authentic shit. But keeping it real is the dumbest shit you can do.
And people never realize when Chappelle made that keeping it real goes wrong shit, that was a double entendre. He was trying to tell you, this ain't keeping it real. You stupid. Exactly.
Motherfuckers, that was the whole thing. Niggas did not fully grasp what Chappelle was doing.
Not the genius of Chappelle.
Yeah, like, people caught it, like, because that was the thing about it, because it was multi-layered, like, so it had the surface level humor for, the under 83 IQ folks, and then, like, you had layers within shit, you know what I'm saying? And it was, if you knew, you knew. If you got it, you got it. Yeah. But you could tell by the way people laughed at a skit whether they got it or not. Like, you could be around, and the way motherfuckers was laughing at certain shit, you could tell who got what. And you're right, a lot of motherfuckers still don't. A lot of motherfuckers still don't get it. But a lot of people deliver. If there's one thing I hate,
Hold on. Let me address the chat because they trying to treat me like a nigga right now. They want me to freestyle and sing and tap dance.
Oh shit! Oh man! Yes.
Y'all must think I'm king.
Terrible.
They think I'm king.
Terrible. They got you out here monkey shining.
Yeah.
Never mind, put the papers over there. Sure did. But yeah, man. And so that's the thing. Like it's to the point where it's sad, but you know, like that's like you said, it's the culture. When you first said it, they make you think that if you're not participating in this, if you're not behaving this way, you're not doing this shit, then you are not down with the culture. But then when you ask about it, what is culture? It can never be defined because it's not a thing. Like you ask other cultures, well, what is your culture? Well, it's this particular style of dress. This is the historic, traditional. This is this is where it come from. This is why, you know. And you know, but you ask niggas, it's whatever is commercialized at the time.
Getting fly.
Yeah, right. Getting fly. Like, and there is nothing. It's fleeting. The culture is fleeting. It's whatever's in the moment. And that's why niggas don't have a foundation. It's whatever's cool. Right. Cool.
No consistency.
Exactly. And that's why it's fucked up. But you know. You gotta let them have it. Like I say, you gotta act like your cousin, man. Fuck them niggas. I'm gonna do what the fuck I like. So I like to fucking move.
Exactly.
Like I ain't never been like, and that's been the dumbest shit to me. That's the one thing I never understood, right? Because I don't know, always kind of been weird like that. I ain't gonna lie. I've had my odd moments, right? I've always dressed
weird. Always a free thinker.
Yeah, and it was just like, and I didn't really fuck with people. But then I got fucking. I remember in high school getting voted most liked or some shit. And I'm like, how the fuck did I win? I didn't even know I was nominated. Because I wasn't even in school for the vote, so I never went to fucking school. Like, how do y'all like me? I didn't even come here. You know what I'm saying? And then like, here's the top of it all. I ain't even go take the picture. They was like, okay, y'all go leave and go take the picture for the thing. I went halfway there and I stopped in the hall and then went and fucked off or did some other shit. Like, I ain't even gonna fucking take the picture for shit. Like little dumb shit. Like, I look back, I'm like, why? Well, I don't want to be in the book for this shit. Just put my name in there, not picture. You know, it's cool. But yeah, little dumb shit. But we always care about cool shit, and the shit don't matter, right? Jared, you about to drop some hot fire? You know, y'all can freestyle if you want, but we already know who the top 5 greatest rappers are, right? Yeah.
Hey, I'm top 2 and I'm not 2.
It's Denline.
I've been
hot fire. But it is about that time. This is what we gonna do, babe. Let me go ahead and get the things. I ain't get the Discord link beforehand. And we're gonna get ready to slide in this. I know I've been Discord absent the last few days. But again, we're gonna talk some shit. I mean, talk some good shit about who got popcorn? Miss Grace popcorn, somebody. And I forgot who.
Who was it?
Yeah, somebody got the popcorn.
Was it D?
It was it Kenneth?
It was Kenneth.
It was
God
Kenneth.
Damn it.
Okay. No, we trying to say.
I say we transfer it to Dre.
You transfer it to Dre. Kid gonna get on there.
Unless Kenneth show up.
Let's get all right.
If Kenneth don't show up, it'll just go back to him next.
All right, let's maybe go check it out. All right, let me see. We're gonna do this. All right, that's a BT. But all right, so Mr. J Mel, anything you want to say before we wrap it up and get ready to slide into the Discord? Wow, bro, that's racist. Racist nigga.
Canadians. Man.
Prejudice shit ever.
Terrible.
All right, let me drop this in here. Blicky, let me drop the Discord link in here for y'all. Those who would like to participate. Roger, you in the Big Job Marathon. Like, you did the Big Job's not the point of To Be Tuesday. The point of To Be Tuesday, you're supposed to pick something bad so you can break it down and laugh and then enjoy the. Like, we're gonna actually laugh at Big Job because he's funny. I'm a fan of the Big Job. crew, whatever they fucking call themselves. They funny than a motherfucker. But it's like, yeah, I gotta like it's supposed to be, you know, the breaking down. But I ain't gonna lie, that last little age movie was good. That bitch was good. It was good. It was still funny to fucking cap on it, but it actually turned out to be a pretty decent movie at the same time. So
the only time it's okay to thoroughly enjoy the movie is if it's 2B.
Yes, 2B. Yes, that's when we escape from that side of Martin Luther King's, we get back across the tracks where the air's fresher, you know, the grass is greener, you know, the yards are mowed and there's no vehicles in the yard. You know, we don't have to worry about
the noses aren't as wide.
Yes, exactly. And so therefore, when we go across to 2B, when we watch classics, delicacies in film, if you ask me, yes, that is when we do enjoy good theater, a good movie, if you will, you know, a classic on film. Man. Shit, you just gotta catch it tomorrow. We gonna be rocking Tuesday tomorrow, man. Go down. We'll see what Ken talk about. If you don't show up, we'll relegate her back up.
That nigga said, let's watch Blood and Bloodhouse.
Man, look, that would be, man. Yeah, we might have to switch it up soon and just have a day where we start picking like good classic movies, like regular movie night. Let everybody pick a classic. Then we just gonna watch that bit. Y'all know what I watched this weekend? I hadn't watched in a long time, and it looked like it was remastered. It was actually really good. I hadn't watched it in a long time, and I forgot how crazy that motherfucking movie. The People Under the Stairs.
Bro.
Done.
Yeah.
And then I realized niggas from Dallas wear their hair like Ving Rhames.
Yeah.
And they're proud of that shit. I'm like, what the fuck? This is the type of shit that they all man. That fucking Fool and Roach. Yeah, that shit was the shit, babe. Yeah, I forgot all about. Well, I ain't forget about it, but I just forgot about some of the crazy shit that took place in that fucking movie. That shit was crazy. But that's it. Like I said, anything you want to say, Mr. J-Mail, before we wrap it up?
Should I give these niggas some bars real quick?
Yeah, give them some bars. Give the people what they want.
I get it. Just for you, Key Man. Just for you. Let's see. I'm the best and it's evident. We don't never hear your name. It's irrelevant. Got the game in my hand. Let me handle it. They ain't never seen a nigga that's talented, but they praying and hoping that a nigga don't make it. They don't want to give me my spot. Well, shit, I'm gonna take it. If it costs to be the Boston, I'm gonna pay it. Either you gonna love it or you gonna hate it, and I'ma still be that same nigga for more paper. Oh damn! And an iced out chain with an iced out wrist and a all black range with a black. I fucked it up. That's all y'all get.
Hold up, baby. Hold up, screw. We go, man. Y'all know I fried y'all because I did say the other night we were supposed to do the karaoke in the Discord. You just remember
karaoke,
and I did not okie the carry. So we definitely owe y'all one of them too. So we gonna make that shape. But shout out to J Mail dropping some bars in the den. We ain't had no. I don't think we had no. I think Trill dropped his mixtape in here once. I don't think I got the link to it still. But yeah, we're gonna have to have a Freestyle Friday. We're gonna have a den rap out.
I gotta hear that. Yeah. I gotta hear the Trill.
Yeah, Trill. That's as soon as you said Blood M, that's the first thing that came in my mind. I thought of Don't Look at Me, Little Puppet. What was that? Whatchamacallit? Cause I used to always mix that up with the other one too. But yeah, Trill was you know, I don't want to give a nigga Reporting Ages too much credit, but Trill was
don't gas him too much.
Yeah, Trill was alright, man. I'm gonna see if we can get him.
You gotta find that link for me.
Yeah. I'm gonna see if he still got it. I know he used to have it on my old computer. I don't think I got it on here. Yeah, American Beat. That's what I mean. You mix it up with American Beat. And so Yeah, so we're gonna slide in the motherfucking Discord. I see a couple folks already in there, so I dropped the link. Y'all know the thing. I would say beat me there, but I'm already in there. So with that being said, son of a deuce. Mr. J Mail, I appreciate you calling in this evening, sir. I'll catch you in the Discord. All right.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to J Mail. And so we finna hop in that thing. And again, I appreciate y'all. It is truly my honor. It is my privilege. But more than anything, it is my pleasure to get to chop it up with y'all. Now, you gotta pardon me because I did load up my little Sprite with some with the more tequila than I realized. Yeah. So it is. So yeah. With that being said, Discord. Drop the link again. Y'all be in that thing. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna talk some shit tonight. And adios. Shout out to Anonymous. Appreciate the love.